What's up? This is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up? It's your man Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Trench in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Jason Weaver.
What's up? This is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up? It's your man Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Trench in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Greg Gray. It's Dope Living TV Live. Let me start off by saying the views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates today. It's our weekend. It starts our weekend, all right? But before we go, we want to make sure that you guys are fulfilled. So this is our Talk About It Thursday. We'll let everything off. I know Gina's here today, so I know she's going to talk about her little damn vacation thingy thing she did with her little husband thing. All right, and Rachel's here, the CEO, Nuggets. All right, let's get it started. All right, what's going on?
Yes, it was my thing.
Yeah, little thing.
What's happening, bro?
How'd it go? We missed you.
Thank you. I'm back.
Well, cool.
I'm back. Of course, I had a wonderful time with my hubby, Bubby.
And she's black, y'all. She's back in black. So it's all good. I've been having these technical difficulties again, Gina. They started coming back, man.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm like, I don't look black on my end. I'm full force over here. I'm full forced.
He said full force, get busy one time. All right. But yeah, today is Thursday, and we definitely are going to make sure that we are giving you guys the best, all right? We're coming up to the 1,000 show, guys. 1,000 of them things. 1,000 of them
Not
things.
100, 1,000.
Not 100 of them things, man. Not 100. 1,000 of them things. Ain't that right, Mo?
What's up, Mo?
What's going on, sis? I know y'all enjoyed y'all stuff, didn't you? Clicking over her head and everything. You had a good time.
First of all, too.
Yep.
Let's our Steve Edwards been checking in, man, hanging out with us, taking your place, Gina, for a minute. But he said he had a bad.
Hi, Steve, I appreciate you.
He said he had a bad seizure today, guys.
Oh no.
So he said he wasn't gonna pop on, but I got him. Right here, man. What's up, Steven?
I hope you're doing well.
I had to pop on. It'll make me feel better.
Oh, without a doubt, bro. I'm glad you did.
Pop on for a couple minutes. My son took care of me, so I ain't mad at him.
Good. Well, we know he gonna step in.
Oh. So what's going on with the show? Happy anniversary, Gina. Y'all look beautiful. I seen y'all was dancing on the cloud.
Thank you.
Fire jumping up and smoke. You see that how hot it was? It was smoke coming out.
Man, it was smoking. I seen that. I say, look at them. I say, how they dancing in heaven?
Heaven on earth, Steve. Heaven on earth.
That was beautiful.
You know, I told y'all I love it when my husband danced with me. I just absolutely love that.
I say, is that Gina with all that hair? I say, well, is that Gina with all that hair?
That was me with all that hair. You know what? I've been thinking about letting it grow back, but you know what? When it grows back, I immediately want to cut it. So I don't know. I'm kind of stuck in between.
Okay, it looked beautiful though. Y'all look beautiful.
Thank you. We're gonna be like the Three Stooges.
Well, we got to be four. You know, sometimes when Shemp came on.
Go ahead, try it if you want to. Go ahead.
Today.
So what's been going on? Bring me up to speed, y'all. Let me know what's been going on.
Oh Lord. Woo. Mo, bring up to speed, Mo. I gotta reboot my stuff, okay? Because everything's happening. Everything's funny, man.
Okay,
bring
go
up
ahead.
Speed.
Says, okay, we had Monday relationship as usual. You know, first thing everybody asks is, where's Jen at? So Tuesday, and then Tuesday comes, where's Jen at? And then Wednesday, he said, where's Jen at? I said, we're gonna bring on Steve.
They'll know if y'all booted me because it's gonna be all over Facebook. I got the boot, y'all.
No,
y'all over Facebook.
Everybody asks, where's Jen at? She coming back? Shit.
I missed everybody. I missed the listening audience. I miss you guys. You know, it's my family right here.
Too. But we know you was having a good old time because you was posting stuff every day. What Gina? Go look on her damn page. Don't leave us alone.
She was enjoying herself.
You good,
anyway,
bro?
I'm all right, man. Who is Gary, Indiana? Identify yourself.
I was gonna ask that myself. I don't know who he said. What's up, you got? Hey, what's up, Gary, Indiana? Whoever it is, they.
What's up, Gary, Indiana?
They said, "What's up, Greg?"
Yeah, man. But Jenny, gotta make sure. No, I ain't the mayor. Gotta make sure that we continue to support and to let people know about, like yesterday, Ananda Lewis from MTV, the host for MTV, she died yesterday, and we definitely want to keep her in our prayers. All right, that's Kenneth Joseph, Pretty Boy Films. That's Ken Joseph. What's going on, bro?
Okay.
Hope everything is well. Yeah, man. We did a lot this week, Gina. All right, we talked about what did we talk about, Mo? We talked about
crabs in the barrel.
Crabs in the barrel.
We had the you should have been on that conversation. Like,
I'm sure that's a wide open door right there.
Then we had the throwback, and then we had relationships. We had to throw back in the day.
Relationships, yeah. Most definitely.
I'm just on. I know I wasn't there, but just real quick on that crabs in the barrel thing. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. It's enough everything to go around. Even if you got the same product as someone else, it's not going to be the same.
Well,
it's not going to be the same. You're not going to do it the same. So I don't know why people have to pull others down.
That's true. And I said, what when we were talking about it, I was talking about, they're talking about that holding us back. The thing about that holding us back stuff is it's just that it was something that goes back in our history. You know what I'm saying? It went that old black mentality. Exactly. It goes back in our history. In our history, we was taught that, the good Negroes was in the White House up there with the white folks.
In the big house.
Yeah, in the big house. Mm-hmm. And everybody else was out picking cotton or whatever the commodity happened to be there of that farm. So my whole thing is the point was taught to us. We wasn't taught that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't come out thinking that. God didn't put that in us. So I mean, that was my little 2 cents on the whole conversation.
Mm-hmm. But I saw an article yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I saw an article where a restaurant right here in Gary, Indiana, where they were on Facebook talking about there were some other restaurants that was actually berating their restaurant saying negative things about them. I couldn't even believe what they put on there. They were saying that they put dead rodents in front of their door to try to get the health department to shut them down. Somebody went out there and threw all their garbage out of their garbage dumpster. And I'm like, are there really people out here like that?
Yeah, that's one of the things we were talking about, haters. You know you're doing good when you got the haters crop up, you know.
But I really think that's extreme, Mo.
That's really
that
extreme.
is.
But
That's real extreme.
But that's what haters do. That's what haters do. You'd be surprised how many things that haters done, you know, and you didn't have no second thoughts about it. Well, they started it and then turned around and killed somebody's livelihood because they couldn't handle it, you know, them having it.
Well, we have to do a show where we bring on business owners, restaurant owners, and they talk about some of those humps that they had to get over. Because I know I have a few friends that own businesses that went through some dark times before they got to where they were, before they got to where they opened their doors. Even when it comes to big conglomerates like Disney, you know, if you know the background of Disney, Disney went through a lot before he was able to get Disney World, Disneyland, which came first, up and running. And one thing that I saw in all of, I watch a lot of documentaries, and I watched a documentary on Walt Disney. I watched the documentary on how Chick-fil-A got started and a few other companies. And the one thing, Pringles, did you know Pringles are not even potato chips?
Yeah, not even potato chips.
I'm 62 years old, and I never knew Pringles weren't potato chips.
Not even, I do that.
Gina, come on now.
I'm serious.
How many potato chips you seen shaped like Pringles?
And taste like that.
Man.
They don't even taste like potato chips.
What are they? Salt and chemicals. That's it.
Yeah, they're not potato chips. But watching these documentaries, the one thing that I saw, they're actually
bunch of salt,
potato flakes, and pieces of potatoes put together and made into. That's why they had to take potato chip off the can. If you go back to when Pringles first came out, they had Pringles and they had potato chips on the can. If you look at it now, you don't see the word potato chips on the can of Pringles because the owner, the CEO, founder of Jay's, I'm sorry, Jay's or Lay's, they both sound the same to me. It might have been Jay's, one of them. They actually filed a complaint saying that Pringles were not potato chips.
They weren't.
So in order to, you know, not be shut down and not have to start over and figure something else out, they just took the word potato chips off the can.
Right. And that what's so crazy about that is, you know, you think about what Pringles are made of. It's basically the same thing, you know, them instant potatoes that you got in the box.
Mashed potatoes, yeah.
It's basically the same stuff.
Yeah.
It just unconcentrated and then throw some salt in there and shape them.
Yep. And so what the point I'm making is, out of all of these really big names out here, the one thing that I saw, we see them now as being very successful. Their names have been around a long time. People are still buying their products. Some of them even have the same jingle they had at the very beginning. Yep. But the one thing I saw with all of them is when they did hit that block in the road, they didn't stop. They didn't give up. They kept going, even though it cost them money. Like I said, Disney was on the verge of losing everything he had. He put everything at stake, but they did not stop and they kept going, even though they faced those hardships. And Disney faced so many hardships before it was successful. I didn't even realize all of the problems he faced trying to get his dream going.
Well, think about this.
So it just gave me inspiration, you know, because, you know, I'm working hard. This is year number 6 with Distinguished Authors Guild. And every year I feel like, you know, this is it. I'm done with this. This is just too hard. And it's not, you know, enough.
You ain't done with it. You know why? As soon as you think you're done with it, somebody say, Gina, what we gonna do for the art? As soon as you think about it, God say,
God opened another door for me.
Tap on the shoulder.
Going.
God say, tap on the shoulder.
It's just an inspiration when you look at the back end of what these conglomerates had to go through, and you see the push and the will, and just the motivation not to give up. And because they didn't give up, we have places like Disney World, we have Pringles, we have
Colonel Sanders.
We have all of that because they didn't give up. If Disney had said, you know what, I'm going bankrupt, I'm losing, he sold his car for more money to try to finance Disneyland. We hadn't even got to Disney World yet. We're talking Disneyland. And if he had said, you know what, this is too much, I'm done, we wouldn't have Disney World. We wouldn't have Pringles. We wouldn't have Chick-fil-A. We wouldn't have all of these things that we enjoy because they did not give up. So yeah, I love researching companies. When I was in college, and I was a business major and a marketing major, I studied the background of Walmart. I studied the background of Target. I always wanted to look at these successful companies and see, what did they do? What did they do in order for them to make their companies or make their dream a success? What was the one thing that they did that the next person didn't do? And you'll find a lot when you go and you research these successful people and what they did, because in the end, we look at the end result and it looks like it's easy. It looks like, well, they just had money. I thought Disney came from money. I thought Walt Disney came from money, which is how he financed Disney World and Disneyland, but he did not.
Nope. And well, you think about most of the big, like entertainment venues and stuff that have failed is because they gave up. And that's the difference between a winner and a loser. They just gave up. I think about, remember back in the day, old Chicago, Six Flags.
Oh,
all those big and Enchanted Forest. It was those places were everywhere.
Yes.
And
we love those Chicago.
We loved Enchanted Forest.
Yeah, Enchanted Forest
was Enchanted Forest was a quick trip any family took.
Yep.
Yes.
Take the kids, that man, shoot.
And we rode that Mighty Mouse.
Until that man fell off the tracks. I saw a documentary where they showed that thing. It's totally tore up right now.
Oh, man.
But yeah,
go
think
ahead,
about Colonel Sanders. He started that business when he was 66 years old.
Yeah.
Think about that. He didn't have to worry about nothing after that bad boy took off the fly. Food is one of those fickle things, though. It could be good or it could be real ugly, and it just happened. He just happened to use his brain and sell that chicken in the right spot. That's all that was. But, and
we have a lot of child entrepreneurs out here that people probably don't even know about. We have a lot of young kids that are entrepreneurs out here that are making millions and millions of dollars at the age of 9, 10, 11.
That's crazy.
It's crazy because I didn't have that mentality growing up. You know what I'm saying? I want to be not at 9 or 10 years old.
I really want to see like what it would be to be a millionaire. You always had an aspiration and you want to push hard. I don't care what anybody say, you just got that fire under you, that thrust, and you just you just want to do it till you can't do it no more. By the time I get 30, I'm gonna be a millionaire. Just keep pushing. And no matter what.
I don't know if people even realize. Red Lobster was about to close all of their stores.
Yeah.
Red Lobster was about to close all the rest. Do you know that they were bought out in bankruptcy by? I don't know if. I know his father is part of the board. He's part of the board, but the guy's name he's the CEO, and he is the actually the face of Red Lobster. I think he's like 35, 36 years old, and he's the CEO. They really saved Red Lobster. They're not closing. His name is what's the dude? It's Demola Adam Molachek or something like that.
What sound like African?
African and Nigerian. Yeah. They came, they bought Red Lobster while they were filing bankruptcy. Can you imagine how much they probably saved doing that? I'm telling you, whatever amount they paid to get Red Lobster while they were in bankruptcy is probably not even half of what it would have been if they'd have bought that company outright.
Right.
I was like, if that wasn't the smartest move they could have made, and now they bring it back all of the things that, and I'm pretty sure they sat down and they looked at what are the items that people were really ordering. What were the items that people, you know, most of the people were ordering when they come in? The hush puppies.
That's crazy.
The cheese biscuits. They bringing all that back. They bringing back the all you can eat shrimp. They bringing all of that back because I'm pretty sure somebody sat down and looked at, okay, what is it that the people were buying? And they're bringing all that back. So Red Lobster is going to have a new face. It's going to be so innovative because you got a 36-year-old, you know, they all part of this AI stuff and all of this technology stuff. It's going to be a whole different look about Red Lobster. They about to breathe new life into it. I didn't even never eat a Red Lobster, but just looking at what they're doing right now, I just might go in there and have dinner.
What?
Yeah, seriously.
I didn't know they had took the biscuits away.
They stopped a lot of they were losing a lot of money.
Hold up, Gina. Hold up. They took the cheese biscuits away. I missed the conversation. They took the cheese biscuits away.
They took away the cheese biscuits. They took away the hush puppies. They didn't take away the all you can eat shrimp, but what they did, when you do the all you can eat shrimp, your first plate is the jumbo shrimp, and then when you order more shrimp, they give you the small ones.
Yeah.
So before it was all you can eat jumbo shrimp. Then when they started losing money, you can have one plate of them jumbo shrimp, and then after that, you were getting those little popcorn shrimp.
Oh no, not the Burger King shrimp.
Yes, yes.
They took away my biscuits.
Now they back, bro. Oh, that's back.
Man, I used to go there and get that Admiral's Feast.
Oh, I remember that. I don't eat seafood, but I used to go in there because it was a couple of things on the menu that I would eat. I think they had chicken, something on the menu that I could eat in there. I just don't like seafood. I never have.
They got a good clam chowder. I know that. They had a really good clam chowder.
My biscuits.
He's so stuck, it's ridiculous.
On them biscuits.
He's so stuck.
My biscuit.
My biscuits.
They back though, bro. They back with the biscuits and the hush puppies. You didn't
care about no damn hush puppies. I don't care about no hush puppies.
And people love them hush puppies.
I ain't never had the hush puppies. I'm with Greg. I'm the biscuit person.
Man.
Yeah, people love them hush puppies too.
The thing about it is they got so much data to analyze. It ain't even funny. So when they bought the spot, they got decades and decades of receipts to see what people bought. And all somebody had to do is sift through the information and bring it back. That's it.
I'm telling you, that was the smartest move. I mean, to buy it while they're in bankruptcy.
Yep.
Man, I'm like, whoever thought
it probably a quarter on a dollar.
Smart. It was the smartest move they could have made.
Smart move, and to bring back the biscuits. That's a smart move.
Somebody need to bring back the lure. Or
man.
They tried. You know they tried, Mo. You know they tried.
Gina, we had that talk about the back in the day too. You missed that one. Back in the day, we talked all about back in the day, man, for real.
That lure burger with cheese. And then when you got older, you could have a double lure with cheese.
We used to leave West Side and go to the lure for lunch.
Oh, please.
That was too much right there.
But when they brought it back, do you know the line was all the way down 5th Avenue? I was in that line, y'all, but I was so disappointed.
What, when they tried to relaunch?
It was like a hockey puck.
What?
It was like it was horrible. They didn't last long.
Not at all. I remember.
What they tried to relaunch it?
Yeah, I don't know who. It was terrible.
Well,
it was terrible.
They're trying to go on a legacy. What they should have done is try to hook up with the relatives that really owned it before, and again go back, do your historical, get the receipts on what they were serving then, you know, and how they was making it. Because something in that recipe made that burger taste better, way better than a damn burger.
Didn't it? And that wasn't it when they came. And I think people were expecting that.
Yeah.
And that's why so many people came out. But once they found out what it tastes like, I never went back.
They probably put some Red Lobster cheese biscuits in that mug.
If they had it, they probably. What you mean when they first opened? Because not the second time around.
In the recipe, it probably has some Red Lobster cheese biscuit recipe up in there, man, for real.
So somebody tried to relaunch it and botched it. That's what you say.
I'm just saying, never, ever, ever, ever until the day I die. Keep them biscuits rolling.
I don't know.
Send me the recipe.
I turned my kids on those Polish sausages and everything. Phew, man.
Yeah, I remember our GBs.
Yeah, Gina,
you missed it.
Hey, Mo, she trying to bring us back to that now. Okay, Gina, we talked about our GBs.
Our GBs. Y'all didn't bring up our GBs.
Yeah, I had to think about it.
Yeah.
It was right there on 11th Avenue.
11th Avenue,
yeah. And the chicken tacos.
I could walk over to RGB and get that food for real.
Yeah,
don't get us started back on the back today. Since Rachel's not here yet, we can still talk about it because Rachel's CEO, she's supposed to be here tonight. She ain't here yet, so it's cool. We can talk about it. But Gina, we had Frank Lewis was on. They talked about some things that happened in the past. I mean, man, we went from games that we played in the past, Gina, to fashion that we used to wear, the way we wore our hair, food places, the clubs. We did the whole thing.
Yeah.
We did the shoe.
We should have. How many still around though? That's the question. How many of them are still here?
Gina, I think you lived around the Tolleson area, didn't you?
I stayed on Baker Street, right off of Clark Road.
Okay, so you do.
I was in the Brunswick area.
You do remember Jackson's Rib House, right?
Oh yeah, that was my father. Oh my God, every Friday, my father was at Jackson Rib House. He loved that place.
So y'all remember Nino's Pizza too, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh, yes. I cried when they moved. What they go from Glen Park to Maryville? Didn't they go to Maryville?
No. They went from 5th Avenue on 5th and Buchanan to the Bronx next to Dairy Queen. Remember it was the Dairy Queen on 5th Avenue?
Yeah.
And then it went to 15th Avenue across from Norton.
Yeah,
I only remember it being in Glen Park.
It wasn't in Glen Park.
Well,
that was my parents. That was my parents' pizza place.
That was Steve people.
Yeah, that was my parents. I still make them pizzas now.
Really? Oh, I'm gonna have to get you to make up a pizza and have it delivered to my house. I need one of them. They was the bomb.
He need to come.
Gina, we talked about Lincoln's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, Lincoln's is still around.
Yeah.
They're in
Hobart. It ain't never.
They're in Hobart.
Yeah, they're in Hobart, but they never.
Yeah, they are. They are, bro. They are.
It's still a bomb.
Yeah, it's still Lincoln. You still going there and get you a good Lincoln burger, a Bunny Girl.
Lincoln burger. Yeah, they still got it, man.
Let me tell y'all though, the original owner, he lost it gambling. Okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
He gambled so much that he lost his business.
Man.
We used to walk from Horseman to Lincoln's.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they were on Fifth Avenue.
Fourth
Avenue. Yeah.
Right by the liquor store.
Oh, you know what I'm thinking about, Steve, is Bruno's Pizza.
Bruno's.
Oh,
You remember Bruno's?
Yes.
They were in Glen Park.
They were in Glen Park. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So Steve.
Bruno's.
So when we had that 1,000 show, you're gonna have a Nino's hat on, throw a pizza in front of like that, cut up some pizza.
Man, we don't have no pizzas like that.
And we're gonna help you make these pizzas for this 1,000 show.
Hey, we can make them.
You got the recipe?
I make it. I've been making them since I was 6 years old, man.
Oh man!
And I'm gonna go and buy some cheese biscuits. Terrell said they got the cheese biscuits in the frozen food section.
They do.
Yeah, they do. I wonder, do they taste the same though? I don't like frozen stuff like that.
They have the dry,
in the
you
box
make yourself. You make the box. You get the box. You make them yourself, and boom, in the oven and everything. They taste just.
Do they taste the same though?
Yeah.
And they got the garlic butter.
Because that's just like they start White Castle and you could microwave them and do whatever. They didn't taste good.
No, I don't want no White
You
Castle.
asking for a heart attack in a box. That's nasty.
I don't want no White Castle with no microwave.
They did not actually have White Castles here, y'all.
That's not for dinner. That's for drinking, nights out drinking.
They putting that base
That's
down
for nights out on them binges.
Absorb that base up there.
That's after you go skating, you go by White Castle.
Oh man,
hang out for a second.
That's all the money you had left because you ate Frank's pizza.
Hey man, just so y'all know though, I don't know. I guess me putting my face on is making everything go haywire. But just so y'all know, the D Stark show is on at 7:30, same time that Rachel's supposed to be here. But they on at 7:30, man. He got a topic today. I was looking. He had sent it to me. So I want everybody to go check it out. Not now, but go check it out. What was he saying? Where was it at here? Hold on. I'm finding it. Okay, I can't find it.
What you
well,
looking for?
In currents, all that craziness going on in LA. What's so crazy about that is they doing all of that busing people, but didn't nobody go up there to Hollywood and in Beverly Hills and bust nobody up there. Think about that for a minute.
No, they went to the Spanish community.
Yep.
They specifically went to the Spanish community.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they didn't bust nobody that's working.
Oh, I got it, Gina.
In Beverly Hills.
They know what they're looking for.
Go ahead.
Hey, D Stark says that she doesn't want kids, but he does. This is a listener letter. Lisa from Dallas has been in love with a man for 4 years with a talking marriage, but there's one problem. He wants children, but she doesn't. Different. All right. Y'all tune into the D Stark show and check it out. Find out what they got to say about that one.
That's tonight.
What would y'all say about that though? He wants children, but she don't.
They shouldn't be together. They're not on the same page. That's going to cause problems.
They love each other.
But they can still love each other. But you can't make each other's life miserable. You're going to fight about it.
There's going to be some problems because she's going to want some kids, and sooner or later she's going to find a way to get some. So
no, he don't want none. He wants some.
Oh, I'm saying he's gonna find a way to get some kids.
Oh yeah.
it might not be by her, but he gonna find a way to get some kids. So
definitely.
Gina, while I'm having this technical difficulty, can you go ahead and introduce Rachel? She hanging out waiting on us.
Oh, tonight is the night to get some nuggets. We always do this every Thursday. We bring on our very own Rachel Gary. She's going to tell you how to be your own CEO.
What up, Rach?
Hello, inductees.
Hey, Rachel.
Hey. Hello, Rachel.
Ooh, this is an exciting weekend for you, Rachel.
Hi, Steve. How you doing?
I'm okay.
We doing great. You excited?
Yeah.
I'm extremely excited, overly excited. I'll say this. I had a moment of nerve skited, as my wife would say. So a little bit nervous for a couple of minutes. Then I reminded myself that it doesn't matter how many people are in the room. If there are 1, 10, 20, 100, I'm going to give everyone the same information to find their success on June 15th. So we're going to get to it.
Awesome.
Hey, Rachel.
Yes, sir.
I'm having some technical difficulties over here, Rachel. But we talked about crabs in a barrel, pulling each other down. You want to talk about that a little bit?
It's amazing that that's the topic of a conversation today, because we were having I was right before I came on the esteemed DopelivenTV. I was on a radio show called Boss Talk, and we were just having a conversation about other people pulling each other down. And I say that the biggest thing is that I think that I normally don't go back in time, but a lot of that comes from the mentality that has been put into our community, and thinking or being told that if you do this, you're better than this person. If you do that, you're better than that person, and their success is your failure. And I think that goes into the, as I always say, the poverty mindset. When you believe that there is lack and there's not enough for everyone, there's abundance, there's enough money, there's enough wealth, there's enough energy in the world for everybody. And when you think like that, there's no need to pull anyone else down. You want to push that next person up so they can put their hand down to lift you up.
Well, my FaceTime is so I can't FaceTime my work.
I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to get
up his house. Sound like he over there beating somebody up.
I'm trying to get on top of the house.
He hit somebody with a keyboard or something.
I'm trying to get on top of the house so that I can get great reception. I got to get on top of the house.
You're trying to get on top.
Trying on top.
Okay. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Oh, you just got over a car accident. I don't think that on the roof is the next place to be.
No, I don't.
But hey,
getting on the roof.
That's just my opinion.
I agree with you.
Hey, but June 15th is coming up. Rachel, tell everybody about June 15th.
So
just get the words out of my mouth.
So June 15th, guys, I am so excited. It is the actual book launch event, and it's an immersive event. As I have always stated, this is more than a book launch. This is a wealth transfer. So in the room, I'm going to have Shantavia Gill from Higher Levels. She's speaking on holistic health, which without health, there's no wealth. Then I have Yolanda Jeffries in the building, who is a owner of Lux Life Realty, Lux Life Construction, founder of BWBC to help Black women in business and construction find growth. We have Karen Olinsky, who's going to be in the building, having conversations about building home equity. So buying in a way that you can have equity in your property, and also giving information on adding renovations to lending so you can have a better outcome and be able to build more equity upon renovation. We're in this room, guys. As I said, this is a wealth transfer. We're transferring all the information that for myself, I've been doing leadership and coaching for 25 years. Karen Olinsky has been in lending for 20 years. Shay has been in holistic healing for 15 years. Yolanda has been in real estate for 10 years. We're dropping information that is going to help us find success. So I'm privileged that my book, hashtag Poverty to Six Figures, sparked so much support from them that they all have said, how can I help? Where can I provide information? And guys, I want to state this. These are people in my circle. So when you're looking to grow, you need those people in your circle who are above, who have done more than you, who know more than you. So I say this people that being in this room is probably it doesn't matter where you are in business, real estate, life, growth. There's information in this room that's going to touch you.
I agree.
I mean, I'm so ecstatic. Shay was sending me information. Then all of a sudden, I got a little more support. So I have Miss Mina, the Brown Diva. She is hosting the show. She reached out. Because I said, she's like, who's announcing everyone? I said, I'm announcing myself. And I mean, it's a little room. We're talking about 30 to 50 people is a little space. She's like, whoa. You don't announce yourself. You are the leadership coach, Rachel L. Gary. I said, okay. So I'm no longer hosting the show.
And she did this. Then you turn around and look at her. Well, you're the announcer.
Just like that, Mo. Just like that. I said, and the host is Miss Mina, the Brown Diva. I immediately sent the information to my VA. He created her a flyer. And then someone else came to me and said, do you have media coverage? I said, it's a book launch. It's going to be, I mean, this is my same conversation. They said, but who's covering what the people are getting or what the people are thinking? I said, the photographer. So they're like, okay, so you got media coverage. So now I have 2 different radio stations who are now covering the event.
Wow.
Yay.
That's beautiful, sis. That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it was an outpouring of once I was on this week. I have been on so many podcasts, so many radio shows, that every time I spoke to someone about the event, they wanted to find a way to help. And to me, I am overly grateful for the support, and overly grateful just for the people who are trying to build awareness of who I am, and who support the messages that I bring out. And it all started right here on Dope Living TV.
Dope Living TV, baby.
Now that is definitely not crabs in a barrel right there.
Not at all.
Never.
Because
come on now, we ain't never gonna be crabs in the barrel.
Absolutely not. I mean, when I told Greg what I wanted to do, I started a whole lot at the time. I was trying to work on getting used to it, and he was like, "Come on the show." You know, you guys know Greg. He's like, "Come on, it's okay." And then I had the pleasure of talking with Gina. As I said, everybody who I've talked to, Mo and I had a conversation where we were talking about promotion, because I reach out because I'm one of these people. I don't know everything, nor do I profess to. I am big on asking questions when I don't understand. Curiosity is for growth for me.
It's organic, man. You know, sometimes learning and teaching and sharing, it's organic, man. It happens, you know?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a lot of to me, as Dr. Stevens and I say, is reciprocity conversations. I have a lot of those where I learn something, because you learn something from everybody. It goes to the truth is in the voices of babes. So you can learn information from anybody. You don't have to take some of the information that you get, though. That's the thing.
That's true.
You
got to discern. It's called discernment.
Intake.
It's called discernment. You know, you can listen, be polite, and listen to everything and this and that, but some stuff that you listen to is not for you. You know, but you don't have to be rude about it. You know, be polite about it and just take what you can get. You know, that's what I'm talking about.
You also learn from. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, bro.
No, go ahead. I'm on the roof.
we need to see.
What you do to Gina?
You done cut Gina off.
I didn't do nothing.
You on the roof and then you done cut Gina out.
I didn't do nothing.
Bring Gina back. He just got back. Bring Gina
now I'm
back.
not on. What the hell? Mo, it's on you now. It's on you.
There she go. There she go. See that?
I fell off the roof, y'all.
I didn't do that.
I'm glad you wasn't on the roof.
No, I was saying that you also have to learn. You have to learn from your falls.
But that's okay.
You know,
but
if you get up and do the same thing again, or you give up, you're not going to go anywhere.
Journey for a lot of people that's coming there to listen to you, okay? Because a lot of people, like I said, we said this last week. I think even before that, people get stagnated at a point of their progress, of their progression, of their journey, and I think you could be that connection, you know, to say, well, hey, you don't have to stop right here. Let's keep it moving.
Absolutely.
I have a question for you, Rachel.
Please ask away. You know, I'm always here.
What do people do when they have those falls? How do they get the motivation to get up and start all over again?
I would say the biggest thing is to set yourself up in the very beginning that you will fail. So you prepare yourself for the fall. But once you fall down, the biggest thing is to understand that it's a lesson in the fall. And to get the lesson from it and continue moving forward. The hardest thing, I just told somebody my biggest challenge that I'm having currently. And the biggest challenge is that I am moving at a pace and in a direction that I'm not going to be able to take certain people and certain places and things with. And I had to ask myself the question, am I ready for the next level? Because sometimes you will hold yourself back because you're afraid of what success looks like. So I would say prepare yourself that things are going to happen that are going to be for your benefit, for your life lesson. And it becomes part of your story. Don't stop.
Don't ever stop. For real, don't ever stop. Man, it's kind of scary out here on this roof, man.
Stop it.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
I
don't think it's that serious, bro.
I hope it's a flat roof.
No. It's got this, you know, it's like the church and the steeple. They go to people. But still, man. But you know, everybody, we need you guys to come out 15th. The 15th is what? That's this week.
That's Saturday. This Saturday. Do you
days? I just
tell them where they can get a ticket. Tickets still on sale.
You can get a ticket 2 places. You can. Well, hold on. If anyone is online, let's start there. One way you can get a ticket right now is if you know how many books have I written. If you have the answer to that question, you can have a ticket today. So we're going to give you 5 minutes. So till 7:52 to drop the answer in the chat. How many books have I written? And if you guys watch Boss Talk this afternoon, I gave an answer.
You know, good
ticket. So y'all better get to counting on them fingers.
So I say, you got 5 minutes to come up with an answer. You got a free ticket, courtesy of Distinguished Authors Guild, where your literary excellence is celebrated. And I want to talk a little bit about that before I get to the other place. Distinguished Authors Guild, guys, I know it's too late at this point to submit your works. However, if you are currently working on a book, you already know that next year, January 1st, it's time to start all over again and get your book submitted. Celebrate with some I happen to be an ambassador. And as an ambassador, we support your work. I have multiple platforms as well as my radio show that we celebrate you on. I have had several of the authors as guests because as an ambassador, I want your success. And working with Distinguished Authors Guild, I've called this guy 3 times. We're not even gonna let him bother us today. So at the end of the day, if you're an author ready to excel your book, now get it ready and have it ready by January 1st, 2026. But wait, you don't have to wait till then to actually be around the authors and start getting that energy of positivity, because they supported me before I ever joined the guild. So what are you doing as a business owner and a writer? Because as an author of your book, you are now a business owner of that literary work. Let's get into business and stop handling business.
Mm-hmm. And I just want to add to that, because we have so many people out here that don't know if they're an author, if they're a writer, or if this is just a hobby. You'll know the difference in those three by what moves you're making. If you're making the right moves and you want that book to be a business, then you're getting out here in front of audiences. You're networking with people. You're getting in places like the Distinguished Authors Guild or the National Authors Award. You're getting in those rooms. If it's just a hobby, you just write that book, put it on Amazon or wherever. Sometimes they don't put it anywhere, and you just say, "Yeah, I wrote a book." It's a big difference.
It is.
Or if you're just a writer, you sit down and you write all of these things and you never publish it. So it's never going to go anywhere. You don't even have bragging rights to say I'm an author.
Gotta stay intentional with this.
Yeah, think about what it is you want to do. If you're serious about it, you got to get out here. You got it. I have 5 books, so I know what it's like. It's not like I'm doing this and I don't have any indication or any idea of what it's like to be an author. I have 5 books. And when I came out with Alpha's Adventure, I didn't know what to do once I wrote those books and had it on paper. I didn't know what my next move was. I got out there and I just started figuring it out. And then God sent me the right people to put me in the direction to have a published book and do it without these predators coming in and taking advantage of me, you know, because there's a lot of those out there too. But as a Distinguished Authors Guild community, we have connections to everything, whether you need an author, an editor, a publisher, an illustrator, platforms, promotions. We have all of those, and we're going to send you and help you get with people who are legitimate, who are legit.
That's the thing, Gina. I mean,
I totally agree with that. I have met some awesome people, like the Queen of Romance, Natalie Murphy, Natalie R. Murphy, and R stands for romance. So
nasty Murphy.
She has a
add an N in there. It's Natalie Romance Nasty. Okay,
nasty Murphy.
Hey,
y'all leave my girl alone.
Her books are steamy and they're selling because she's a author who's running a business. And
a business.
I think that goes into the mindset of why we're doing things and are we clear? So it goes to, it feeds very much into the CEO nuggets. And the CEO, if you are new to watching the CEO nuggets on Dope Living TV, stands for you being clear in your actions, empowered by your choices, and owning your direction. When you're clear on what you're looking to do, you're able to navigate differently. I was crystal clear. I told Gina when Gina and I had a conversation that I'm writing 3 books. So my 3rd book right now, I already have the outline. I can tell you right now, the copy of the book is Freedom Has GPS. Now, set your destination to success. The outline has already been created. I have not started writing the book, but I am diligent on what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Author Black Diamond calls me the intentional leadership coach because everything I do is intentional towards my goals, towards where I'm trying to go forward. That is what you have to be intentional about your life. That's why I'm talking to CEOs, because you're running the system of your life. But if you're not clear in where you're going, you're going to constantly have missteps. It's okay to fail when you're moving forward because those are lessons. And when you're in action, very close to what Gina said, when you're in action, people, places, and things will come your way that are associated with what you're in action towards. If you're stagnant, or some people say stuck, you're stuck because you're not in action towards where you want to be.
Absolutely. That's the lick, man. Mm-hmm. Hey, Rachel, give us that final that final finger thing.
So I don't have any middle fingers, so don't pay him no attention. But I say this, guys, when you are looking for success in your life, stay focused on your purpose. Stay focused on who you are and move in your circle of genius. If you are a writer, an author, a graphic designer, a coach, a leader, whomever you are, and the thing that people come to you most often about is your circle of genius. Move in that, and success is yours. And until next week, right here on Dope Living TV, where every Thursday I have the pleasure to speak to the National Black Radio Hall of Fame inductees. I want you guys to be up, out, and moving to the greatness we all know lies within who? You CEOs. See you next week right here on Dope Living TV.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Mo, let's get out of here, man.
Such a thing for that super motivational thing. I just love that thing at the end. It's always me. You see, I can't wait till you get them fingers up and everything. Stop it.
What's Greg doing?
Gina.
I don't know, but he needs to get back up on the roof. I'm telling you, if you need motivation, right here, this is where you're gonna get it. Right here, this whole panel. Follow our coach, author, leadership coach, author, Rachel Gary. She's on here every Thursday. She has her own radio show. She has her own talk show. I'm telling you, if you'd have saw her a year ago, you wouldn't even know this was the same person. I'm telling you. And she is knocking down walls. I say it all the time. If you want success, you have to follow the people who are successful. You have to look at what they're doing. I talked about this at the beginning of the show. You follow those people and look at what they're doing and to see what did they do in order to be successful? What was their niche? How did they open those doors? It's not always glamorous like we see in the end result. It's not always like that. And so you need to get that motivation from those people who kept pushing and got over those humps in the road and kept going. You need to follow and see what they're doing. And this one right here, Rachel L. Gary, she's a prime example. So you better get on the bandwagon.
Anything that's worth having is worth working for. You know what I'm saying? We have to stay intentional. We use that word a lot here, but it's necessary. We got to stay intentional with what we're doing, all right? If we lose the focus, we'll never get anywhere. So, Saturday the 15th, everybody go check out Rachel Gary. It's going to be a wealth of information. She calls it from poverty to six figures. I call it from rags to riches, all right? Let's make sure that we get out there and at least learn. Take what you can use. All right. And don't be there. A lot of people are arrogant when they're receiving this information. It's like, well, I knew that already. No, you didn't know it already. That's why you're here. All right. You're trying to hone that information. You may have had a glimpse of it, but you're trying to hone that situation, the information, so that you can definitely do
Thank you.
You're welcome. Definitely do the I don't know who she's talking to, but you can definitely do the work and make it happen. Okay, Rachel, thank you for coming to the show, hanging out with us every single Thursday.
Did we get a winner?
Thank you.
Did we get a winner?
Did we get a winner for the ticket?
I didn't see. Did somebody put in the comments? What did they say?
Nope, we ain't got a winner.
I don't see anybody. Nobody will put it on your page and tag me, and I'll share it on my page.
All right.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna do a different person. I'm gonna do the answer as somebody else so I can get my free ticket.
Stop it.
This Dope Living TV Live. It's our weekend, y'all. We're gonna see you guys on Monday. All right? Y'all have a safe one, all right? Peace out.